Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gabri. Let's get started and tell you what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. And the big story that the Times of India is leading with is about another economic strike aimed at China, of course, without naming China by India. It says after FDI, Chinese companies now face curbs in getting government contracts. Order also covers state governments, PPPs, FIs and subcontracts. Now, bidders for countries sharing land border with India will be eligible to bid for government contracts only if registered with competent authority. Subcontracting too faces curbs. New rule won't apply to cases where order already placed or contract has been awarded. Restriction to apply to entities which are registered in China, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal, along with their subsidiaries or substantially controlled by entities in these countries or their Indian agents. Now, what's interesting is that the order does not name any country, as in the case of April 17 order that blocked FDI through the automatic route from the same set of neighbors. It is clearly aimed at scrutinizing and imposing curbs on Chinese investments and partnerships in Indian projects. Now, this has come at a time when we are seeing face-off continuing between India and China. In a significant escalation of tension with China, the centre late Thursday has changed the rules to enable curbs on bidders from countries that share a land border with India on the grounds of defence and national security. And this is the big story that the Times of India has led with this Friday morning. Apart from this, India has said that trade partners must be trustworthy. India on Thursday used the BRICS platform to underline the need for enhanced transparency from countries to build trust and ensure that their role as a preeminent trade partner was not lost in what was seen as another message to China. So that's about the big story here. Then COVID toll tops 30,000, record spike of about 750 only on Thursday. Nearly 95,000 new cases added in just 2 days. Sixth highest corona toll in the world is what India has right now. Now, here, of course, the numbers that we got from different states as well has been added, and that's the reason why the number that you're seeing here of the death toll is above 30,000. Then, Advantage Raj rebels as Supreme Court lets High Court rule on disqualification plea. Verdict to be subject to top court's orders. This is about the Rajasthan political crisis. Appearing for Rajasthan Speaker, Kapil Sibal pleaded that in the 1992 Kyoto judgment, Supreme Court had barred judicial interference in pending proceedings before a speaker. But a very strong observation was made by the Supreme Court's bench hearing this matter yesterday. It said, if someone does not attend a party meeting, can it be termed as anti-party? Suppose a person lost support of the majority of his MLAs, can he, with the help of Chief Whip, use disqualification process to shut down dissent like this in a democracy? It is not a simple matter. So this is what happened in the Supreme Court yesterday. All eyes today are going to be on the order that Rajasthan High Court is going to give at around 10:30 a.m. this morning. Moving on, Gehlot, the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, has met the Governor of Rajasthan after floor test hint. Then court has ordered probe against Shekhawat. The court in Jaipur recently directed a special operations group to investigate the role of Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, his wife and a few others in a 884 crore rupees society scam. So that's the latest coming from Rajasthan. Shivinder gets bail. High Court tells ED accused can't be held on hunch. Nothing that an accused, noting that an accused can't be kept in the custody only because of a hunch or a presumption that he would impede trial even when the charge sheet has not been filed. The Delhi High Court on Thursday granted bail to former promoter of Fortis Healthcare Shivinder Singh in a money laundering case on a personal bond of 1 crore rupees. Then Permanent Commission for Women has been widened. The Defence Ministry has issued a formal order to grant permanent commission to women officers in 8 more branches of the army in accordance with the Supreme Court directive in February. Eligibility norms for NITs have been relaxed. These are the National Institutes of Technology. Then a man tried to run over a Gurgaon official. A property owner tried to run over R.S. But Gurgaon's district town planner with his tractor during a demolition drive targeting unauthorized commercial structures on Thursday. Cop supplying drugs in jail has been held. This is from Haryana. May missed FY21 budget targets. The government may be unable to meet its budget estimates for 2020-21 due to COVID crisis, but expects a V-shaped recovery. MP journalist beaten to death 2 months after he posted a video on Facebook saying he feared for his life. A 30-year-old journalist was beaten, stabbed and crushed to death under a vehicle in a small town close to Jhansi in Madhya Pradesh. Then Supreme Court has junked some PILs that were filed on coronavirus. Most of them were related to policy matters. In fact, one included seeking resumption of international flights to enable stranded Indians to come back, and these have been junked. 2 actors on fake followers list. 2 top Bollywood actresses are on the list of celebrities using the services of websites selling fake social media followers. The 2 were among 10 celebrities named by a UK-based firm in a study involving Instagram. Then monsoon normal in city after rainy week. That's about the national capital. Pakistan has blocked all avenues for Kulbhushan Jadhav. This is what India said yesterday. Taxable income may define creamy layer amid the ruckus over its controversial proposal to include salary in determining creamy layer for OBCs. The government may change the income ceiling to exclude backwards from quota from gross income to net taxable income. So this is what Subodh has reported here on the front page. 1 in 5 schools in unsafe building. This is what a report has suggested. A survey conducted in 2018-19 in over 26,000 schools, government and private, in all 12 states and union territories, has revealed that 22% of the schools reported working from old and dilapidated buildings, and there were cracks in about 31% school structures. That's another important update. Then a very interesting story that Nitasha Natu has reported from Mumbai. Couple exhausts 4 lakh rupees as savings and has fed 1,500 when students at Zeel School, a small educational setup in densely packed Ambujwadi of Malwani in Mumbai's Malad, told their principal they couldn't afford to pay fee during the lockdown. She decided to give them a 3-month waiver. Chatting with her students also revealed that some of them barely had 2 square meals a day. Then the principal spoke to her husband and they decided to donate rations in the neighborhood. 4 months down the line, they have spent 4 lakh rupees from their personal savings and have reached out to about 1,500 people. The couple had saved the money to buy a house. Fayaz has also dipped into his provident fund. The beneficiaries of their donations cannot thank them enough. So that's a very interesting story that we have for you coming from Mumbai this morning. Let's now move on and talk about the latest as far as the Navbharat Times this morning is concerned. और यहाँ पर जो पहली बड़ी खबर है जो फ्रंट पेज पे है वो है 14 साल की कानूनी लड़ाई के बाद महिलाओं को सेना में मिलेगा पुरुषों की बराबरी का हक। सरकार से इस बात को मंजूरी मिल गई है और सेना ने कहा कि हमने तैयारी शुरू कर दी थी। इसके अलावा एम्स में आज से वैक्सीन का जो ट्रायल है उसे शुरू कर दिया जाएगा। और साथ ही खबर है राजस्थान क्राइसिस से जुड़ी हुई भी। इसमें लिखा है कि पायलट की याचिका पर फैसला अब रुकेगा नहीं, असहमति को दबाया गया तो लोकतंत्र खत्म, ऐसा कल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने माना। सत्र बुलाने पर आज फैसला मुमकिन है। और साथ ही 900 करोड़ के घोटाले में शेखावत की जांच का आदेश जो है दे दिया गया है। जयपुर की एक अदालत ने राजस्थान पुलिस के उस शिकायत की जांच के निर्देश दिए हैं जिसमें केंद्रीय मंत्री गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत के शामिल होने के आरोप लगाए गए हैं। साथ ही सैनिक पीछे नहीं हट रहे, चीन से फिर होगी बात। अलग अलग दावों से टकराव अभी सुलझा नहीं है। रफाल में लगेगी बेहद घातक हैमर मिसाइलें, भारत चीन में जल्द कूटनीतिक वार्ता। ये भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट खबर है। स्पाइस जेट की फ्लाइटें अब यूएस तक जाएंगी। अभी तक सिर्फ एयर इंडिया की फ्लाइट ही भारत से यूएस जाती थी, अब स्पाइस जेट को भी अप्रूवल मिल गया है। एक दिन में रिकॉर्ड नए मामले और मौतें और साथ ही रिकवरी भी सबसे ज्यादा नजर आई। प्लाज्मा खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसा दिल्ली के चीफ मिनिस्टर ने कहा है। और साथ ही एनआईटी के लिए जेईई में मेन के साथ 12वीं पास ही काफी होगा। विजय माल्या से जुड़ी हुई भी खबर है। विजय माल्या के प्रत्यर्पण के लिए समय सीमा नहीं है। इसके अलावा वर्क फ्रॉम होम से अब उबने लगे लोग कह रहे हैं कि याद आते हैं वो ऑफिस वाले दिन। और आखिरी में झारखंड से जुड़ी हुई एक इंपॉर्टेंट खबर है। झारखंड में मास्क ना पहनने पर अब 1 लाख रुपए का जुर्माना आपको देना पड़ सकता है, क्योंकि मास्क अभी सिर्फ एक इकलौता वेपन है जिससे आप अपने आप को कोरोना वायरस से बचा सकते हैं। साथ ही 450 रुपए में जांच करने वाली देसी किट को मंजूरी मिल गई है। ये भी एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट खबर है। जैसे इंडिया टेस्टिंग कैपेसिटी अपनी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बढ़ा रहा है. Let's now move on and get you the latest from the pink paper, the Economic Times this morning, and let's begin with what the Finance Secretary had said yesterday. This is what the Economic Times this morning is leading with. Growth may revive sooner than expected. V-shaped economic recovery seen in next fiscal year. Monetizing of fiscal deficit by RBI currently is not on the table. This is what the Economic Affairs Secretary said. Recovery in sight. Finmin says closely monitoring the situation. Trackers COVID spread at the same time. At GST collections for June were at 91,000 crore. Finance Secretary Ajay Bhushan Pandey also said must be seen in context of corporate tax rate being cut to 22%. This in the context of key indicators showing encouraging trends. Direct tax revenue in Q1 FY21 at 80% of Q1 FY20. Then Tarun Bajaj, Secretary Department of Economic Affairs, mentioned that V-shaped recovery in FY22 if no more shocks come. FY21 may not be as bad as the outside world thinks. He also mentioned the government is looking to expand credit guarantee scheme to other sectors as well. Government working on manufacturing boost and import substitution. 8 more sectors listed for exports. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said that the government has identified 8 more sectors where India can be a supplier to the world, in addition to the 12 already zeroed in. Then the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal interview is also there on the front page by Nidhi Sharma. He says Delhi moving towards herd immunity. 30 to 35% people have antibodies. City ready to restart metro. Home isolation key to home model. This is the first hint that has come that the city is ready to restart the metro, which has still not been started. No government contracts for companies from border nations, the announcement that came late last night. Banks, companies set to pitch loan recast plan to RBI and government, bid to tide over COVID crisis. Then Voda Idea sees red, takes on TRAI in reply to notice on the plan, points to silence during Jio launch, says small number of subscribers on RedX plan can't hurt other service quality. So that's about the Economic Times this morning. Let's be more city-specific and talk about the Delhi edition of the Times of India. My colleague Sharon joining us this morning. Sharon, good morning. Positive news coming from the national capital, with positivity rate now down to 5.7% in Delhi.
Good morning, Hina. Of course, this comes as a relief to the Delhiites because remember, in the beginning of June, the positivity rate was about 30%. From 30%, in the second week of June, it was about 11%. And now this comes as a positive news that the positivity rate in national capital has in fact come down to 5.7%. Now, for example, yesterday there were about 18,000 samples that was tested, out of which only 1,000 were positive. So the positivity rate has in fact come down in the national capital, and this comes as a good news because the AIIMS director, Dr. Randeep Guleria, has also said that according to the WHO study, if these positivity rate are 5% or less than 5%, that it means that the infection, the virus has been controlled. So of course the positivity rate is down, and that is what the Delhi government is also saying, that in coming days it will go down much more. This is an indication that the situation in the national capital is now under control. Accordingly, in coming days, we will get to know more whether the situation has under control or not. But as of now, the Delhi government maintains that this is, of course, a great news as far as the positivity rate of the national capital is concerned.
All right. Thank you very much, Sharon, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. So, important statement coming from the AIIMS director as well. As Sharon mentioned, Dr. Randeep Guleria said that WHO guidelines say if the positivity rate is 5% or less, then the disease spread has been controlled. Delhi seems to have achieved that. But of course, we need to monitor the numbers as well over the next couple of days. If the trend continues, definitely it's a good news that we are getting from the national capital. Let's now move on and talk about the Mumbai edition of the Times of India. My colleague Arunil joining us on the broadcast this morning. Arunil, good morning. BMC is back to sealing whole buildings in parts of suburbs.
Well, yes, that is basically applicable in Mumbai North region, Dahisar, Kandivali and Borivali, which has emerged to be the main hotspot in the city of Mumbai. And now it has been noticed is like the positivity rate in this particular region, the Mumbai North region, it has increased significantly. Earlier it was around 20%, now it has become 40%. As well as one reverse trend that has been noticed in this area is earlier slum areas were majorly getting affected, but now there are main cases, majorly prominently cases are coming up from high rises and from buildings as well. And because of that, the BMC has taken this precautionary measure. They have decided that only if one case also comes up from one building, they are going to seal the entire building, or at least if the building is big, then at least the wing will be sealed. Yes, some kind of opposition is coming from the people as well, saying that this kind of measure is not implemented across the city, then why only in their region? But Mumbai North remains the worst affected area in the city of Mumbai.
All right. Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, another story that the Mumbai edition has reported is about the overall COVID count in Maharashtra. Day after most cases, Maharashtra has reported highest number of deaths as well. Then many doctors from new post-grad batch at Sion, Nair and KEM have been infected. Apart from this, high rises shut doors on helps drivers to keep COVID at bay. So that's about the Mumbai edition of the Times of India this morning. Moving on now to the Kolkata edition of the Times of India, and here the big story that this one is leading with is that TMC party rejig with eye on 2021 state polls. That's one story. Tamal Saha, my colleague, joining us on the broadcast this morning. Tamal, good morning. Fear key to a near perfect lockdown. 14,000 cops hit streets, make 912 arrests to keep people at home.
Well, that's right. Bengal possibly has not seen a lockdown of this kind. It was a re-imposition of lockdown, even though it's not a continual lockdown in a staggered manner. But the state government had indicated that this lockdown would be utilized to break the chain, fearing.
Okay, so in fact, a very strict lockdown has been imposed in West Bengal. Thank you, Tamal, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. Another interesting story coming from Kolkata edition only. India, China to work on COVID tests that can be done in seconds. So that's another thing that India and Israel, I beg your pardon, India and Israel will be working on those kind of COVID tests that can be done in seconds. Another important story on the front page. Moving on now to the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India this morning. It says industries with less than 300 staff can shut without government nod. Policy aims to bring in 5 lakh crore capital. That's one story. Lack of labs and staff slows tests in Bengaluru. Remember, in Karnataka as well, number of COVID cases are rising quite sharply. Flat doors of COVID-19 patient neighbors sealed with sheets. BBMP removes them after outrage was witnessed on social media. Apart from this, only 34 of 700 applicants turn up to work as swab collectors. Deepak Bopanna is now joining us on the broadcast. For more on this, Deepak, good morning. Congress claims BJP government swindled 2,000 crore. What more details can you share with us?
Well, this is the second or the third round of allegations that are coming to the fore from, the KPCC president, and also now this time the leader of the opposition as well, being quite vociferous about this issue, going on to say while procurement of either PPEs, ventilators, and several other equipment with regard to the COVID healthcare is concerned were all purchased at higher prices than what's available in the market. Now, as far as the government is concerned, they've been, rebutting all the charges. There have been several ministers who've come out and said that, you can conduct any sort of inquiry. We are ready for any sort of probe, but we have not, swindled any sort of money. Everything was procured based on the price based on the demand. But now what the Congress is demanding is a judicial probe. We really have to wait and watch with the pressure mounting whether the government will give it.
All right. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. Let's now move on and talk about the Chennai edition of the Times of India this morning. And here the big story is that how 84 Raj Bhavan staff have tested positive for COVID-19. In Tamil Nadu as well, the numbers are rising quite sharply. In fact, Tamil Nadu is the second worst affected state in the country after Maharashtra. Then semester exams have been cancelled for the college students of Tamil Nadu, but no relief for last year students. That's another important story that has been reported on the front page. We will be going across to my colleague Shabir to get more details as to who are these students who are likely to benefit with this one. Apart from this, trial of Covaxin begins in Chennai. 2 people were given shots. Then retail in search of therapy. Most big ticket retailers have seen a 50% drop in footfall. That's also another important update that we have. Only one Siddharth drug claims to cure COVID-19. This is what High Court was told. Gold has touched 50,000 rupees. Deposit schemes are now losing shine. Almost on a daily basis, we are seeing gold prices going up. A new high, 6,472 COVID-19 cases across Tamil Nadu were reported in a single day. And this is the biggest spike that we have seen coming in Tamil Nadu as far as the daily COVID count is concerned. And now, as we speak, the COVID count in Tamil Nadu is moving close to 2 lakh rupees. It's also rising quite fast. But the biggest story is definitely about the semester exams that have been cancelled for the students, the college students of Tamil Nadu. It's clearly come in as a big relief because still schools and colleges have not reopened, even though we are in the unlock phase right now. But it is the schools and colleges which continue to remain shut along with international air travel. It says that the state government on Thursday has announced cancellation of exams for all college students, including those doing professional courses, and in fact has automatically promoted them. So that's the big story that we have for you. Then eligibility norm for NITs has been eased. Pass in class 12th exam is enough. So that's about the Chennai edition of the Times of India. A couple of more interesting stories coming from around the country. And here we have this one saying, diplomacy cut no ice with China. This is what the government feels. On the eve of border talks, MEA reiterates stand on the LAC. Yes Bank founder Rana Kapoor's interim relief from arrest has been extended till 27th of July. Eye on 2021 polls. Didi announces major TMC rejig, brings in new and younger faces. Implementation of High Court's order only after Supreme Court's directions. That's what happened in the Rajasthan crisis. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, said that one man's image can't replace national vision. This is what he said about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. ED heat on Gehlot's son's business partner as well. And lastly, DRI ties Chief Minister's brother to smuggling racket. An investigation report of DRI and custom authorities into the illegal export of potassium chloride has accused Agrasen Gehlot, the elder brother of Rajasthan CM, of receiving cash and knowingly becoming part of the smuggling syndicate. So that's about the Rajasthan issue. Moving on and talking about the news from around the world. America's new approach to China: distrust and verify. 50 years of Sino-American embrace ends after Houston standoff. US claims China hiding fugitive researcher in San Francisco consulate. So the war is getting uglier now. Meanwhile, China launches Mars probe in space race with America. China has launched an unmanned probe to Mars on Thursday in its first independent mission to another planet. Then Trump deploys more federal agents under law and order push. Green card wait for an Indian is over 195 years. This is what a US senator has said. New vaccine data puts spotlight on unsung immune player, the T cells. US infections top 4 million, 1 million cases in just 16 days. Lastly, airline flies jet empty to keep pilots certified. Well, airlines are taking extreme steps to survive the pandemic, with Asiana Airlines flying the world's biggest commercial plane over 20 times, going nowhere and carrying no passengers just to keep trainee pilots certified. A very interesting story as far as the aviation sector is concerned that has been reported here. Let's now move on and talk about the world of sports. We will be going across to my colleague Karishma to get you more details. And here it has been reported that the no saliva rule needs constant review. This is what Anderson has said. Karishma is live with us. Karishma, good morning. What else do we have?
Good morning, Hina. Well, it would have been a very, very big day in the sporting world today, with the Olympics expected to start today. But now, after their postponement by a year, Times of India has spoken to India's top Olympic hopeful athletes and understand from them how their preparations are being done now that the Olympics have been postponed. There are interviews with Mary Kom and PV Sindhu and Bajrang Punia, who have said that they are going to prepare the same way that they were doing for Tokyo 2020 and ensure that India wins Olympic medals in Tokyo 2021 as well, and the athletes perform to their full potential. So that is what the Times of India is reporting today, marking 1 year to the Olympics in 2021, Hina.
All right. Thank you very much, Karishma, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.